Tuesday night fire on Hubbard Hill burns dozens of acres. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, firefighters pounced on a grass fire Tuesday night south of Mitchell. Mitchell Fire took the initial call around 8 p.m. last night, finding flames in the grasslands on the south and west side of Hubbard Hill. Scottsbluff Rural, Gering Rural, and other departments provided mutual aid, with firefighters taking more than 1 hour to knock down all the flames. Mitchell Fire Chief John Werdeman tells KNEB News about 30 acres were burned, but no structures were damaged, and there are no reports of injuries. Well, Scottsbluff County Commissioners are close to finalizing a budget that would have a modest increase that is under the threshold required for a special public meeting to explain their property tax asking. With a reduction of several items specifically from the requests made by the Sheriff's Department and Detention Center, the overall preliminary budget stands at just over $0.6 million, with tax asking of just under $13.2. Management accountant Lisa Ryan explained where that placed the county when it comes to meeting the threshold in the new state law.
Per the statutes, we can increase our ask this year from last year without having to go into that joint public hearing by $336,342.88. So our total ask could be $13,322. And what I have down here is walking into this meeting today, our number is $1,088,024.85.
Commissioners did agree to add $100,000 for budget contingencies ahead of the results of a salary and benefits survey expected to be unveiled at their next meeting. Ryan did say she's aware that at this time, the cities of Scottsbluff and Gering will be taking part in the joint public hearing on budgets that will take place next month. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back. A military man who was convicted following an armed home invasion east of Scottsbluff in October and subsequently avoided arrest following 2 pursuits earlier this year has been sentenced. 55-year-old Lance Gibbons had pleaded no contest to amended charges of possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, terroristic threats, and tampering with physical evidence, but failed to show up for his April 5th sentencing. In the subsequent months, law enforcement had several sightings that led to lengthy pursuits, but Gibbons was able to elude authorities on both occasions. He was finally apprehended earlier this month, and yesterday morning he was sentenced to a total of 13 to 15 years in prison, as all 3 convictions were ordered to run concurrently. Well, the Scottsbluff Police Department completed their summer speed enforcement grant focusing on Broadway and 27th Street. Sergeant Phil Eckerberg says over the 2-month enforcement, a total of 93 citations were issued, including numerous for speeding, racing, and expired registration. He says now officers have embarked on the National Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign. Scottsbluff Police were giving enough funding to pay for at least 216 hours of overtime to look for drunk drivers and other traffic safety violations. And a Nebraska lawmaker from Omaha is promising to introduce a bill to legalize medical marijuana in the state after similar measures failed to collect enough valid signatures to appear on the November ballot. Senator Jen Day says she will introduce legislation in the upcoming session, slated to begin January 4th. Her announcement came one day after Nebraska's Secretary of State Bob Evnen announced that the Medical Cannabis Patient Protections Initiative and the Medical Cannabis Regulation Initiative failed to meet signature requirements to get either proposal on the ballot. Well, still to come, we'll introduce you to the Panhandle Humane Society featured Pet of the Week.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features, colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital, so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
This is Harley, an 8-year-old Australian Shepherd mix that needs a great forever home to spend her golden years. Despite her age, she has a lot of spunk and energy left in her. Her adoption cost is $100, and that includes her vaccinations, microchipping, and spaying cost. Plus, whoever adopts Harley will also receive a $25 Murdoch's gift card to start spoiling her right away.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your midweek community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, based in Alliance, Nebraska, is the only intercity bus serving Nebraska Panhandle communities and Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Panhandle Trails operates a regularly scheduled bus service, assisting you in making connections with Greyhound bus partners, regional airports, healthcare, employment and education opportunities, shopping, family, friends, and more. Panhandle Trails serves the general public of all ages and offers accessible transportation for those with special mobility needs. Let Panhandle Trails help you make your connection. Call 308-761-8747.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether you are just starting the business you have always imagined or looking to grow your existing one, we have a business loan to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, the American Red Cross will be working with local partners this Saturday, installing free smoke alarms in homes that need them in Scottsbluff and Gering. The effort is part of the organization's Sound the Alarm initiative, reminding people that they have just minutes to escape a home fire, and smoke alarms are a key. Disaster Program Specialist Shani Bachman says it's easy to get signed up for a smoke detector installation this August 27th.
And you can either call this 800 number, that's 833-422-1751 to schedule an installation, or you can also go to redcross.org/smoke-alarm-NE, as in Nebraska.
Joining the Red Cross in the effort are the Scottsbluff and Gering Fire Departments, Region 22 Emergency Management, Rural Radio Network, and the Scottsbluff-Gering Rotary Club. Bachman says the program is part of the Red Cross efforts to expand their service offerings and volunteer recruitment efforts across the state. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.